I hear about it. I hear you're all about how I'm not at home. Shoe heading down to Levon and Wisconsin. That's a venue where you guys have actually had some pretty good success.
Yeah.
Others have. What is it? What's allowed you guys to have success down there over the years?
Great question. One, I think we've had tremendous teams, and two, I think our staff has always done a really good job of making just small adjustments from, game to game to be able to get in there and compete. So we're really excited about this weekend. Obviously, coming off of two really big series for us with Ohio State and Colgate, we feel like we are battle ready to get into playing against Wisconsin this weekend. So I'm pretty excited about that. We were tested this weekend a lot. I think playing a top team like Colgate helps us to be able to identify areas that we need to continue to be better at, as well as continue to hone in on the things that we did do a good job with. So I'm excited about that. I'd rather have played those two opponents heading into Wisconsin than not. So those two teams definitely have helped us to be able to be ready moving forward.
This is a grind to start the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Three, top opponents, not just ranked opponents, but
yeah.
These are all three opponents that could be, sitting in the Frozen Four playing for a national championship at the end of the year. How do you feel your team's handling, a start to the season like this?
They're all stars. The girls have been grinding. We really have technically, from their perspective, only really had a day off in the last 3 weeks. Because even when we didn't play Syracuse, we still had an inter-squad game on the Saturday, but they had that Sunday off. But when you play, Saturday, Sundays, and they have to get up in the morning and go to school the next day at 8 o'clock in the morning, you don't get back till 11 o'clock or later at night. That's really tough on them. So the last 3 weeks have definitely been hard, but they're doing such a good job of making sure that they're taking care of their health and their bodies, and they've been grinding it out and have been coming to the rink with tremendous energy. So I love that about them. Our compete yesterday was awesome. Today's going to be a little bit lighter practice for them, more of a skill-based practice, and hopefully the next couple of days too will be higher intensity, shorter duration, and then ready to go on the weekend.
All right, you touched on a pet peeve of mine, these Saturday series. Kelly and I complain about, Kelly's heard me complain a ton about it. Kelly and I complain because we have to work on a Sunday, but these Sunday games are tough on student athletes.
Yeah,
aren't they?
really, really tough. I don't think it's really fair for our players to not truly get a day off, They don't have the time to go shopping, grocery shopping, or get their laundry done and all of those things. And their schedules are pretty full to begin with. You're talking about generally, according to NCAA rules, 20 hours a week at the rink type of a thing. And, the rest of the time is in school and studying. So they don't get a ton of free time. And this has been definitely challenging for them. But like I said, they have been amazing. And hopefully as we go forward, some of those rules will change, so that we do get more of a proper day off.
Rules changing, you're hoping, like to see them kind of change?
Let's just implement something where we have to play Friday, Saturday versus a Saturday, Sunday. I would love to see that for our student athletes, for their health and well-being.
I would also love Friday, Saturday series as the
Yeah.
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 Getting rid of Saturday, Sunday. This Badger team, what stands out to you about them?
Super talented. Obviously, a lot of the players on that team are also national team players, so they have really, really high skill set. For us, we've got to be poised in how we play, and our angling and steering has to be really good. That was one of the adjustments that we made last year from game 1 to game 2 that had a significant impact in helping us to be successful on day 2. So hopefully right from the start we'll be able to implement that right away, as well as make some of the other adjustments that we identified from this past weekend to help us to be able to be successful.
You talked last week about, with 11 forwards trying to manage ice time in practice and take care of the players' bodies. How important is that, the science side of that, and understanding what the players are going through when it comes to trying to figure out in a short week like next week, when you come back and have to play Friday, Saturday next weekend, how you want to handle things during the week?
Yeah, shorter is better, you know, just high intensity and keep it short all the way through, and a lot of individual conversations with our players in terms of asking them how they're feeling, how they're doing, and what do they need to be successful. That's really, really important, and we make sure we're constantly meeting with our captains to get their viewpoint to be able to help us manage what our week looks like from week to week.
With Wisconsin, you'll play teams that have really good players. That's just part of the game.
Yeah.
How different is it when you've got a top player in the back end like KK Harvey, who has a puck on
Yeah.
the stick as much as she does, versus trying to defend a top forward and maybe trying to deny that player the puck? You can't deny Harvey the puck. She's going to get it.
Yeah. She is going to get it. That's why our angling and steering is going to be really, really important. Our defense, I feel like from our last series, we one of the things that we did is we started to cheat offensively, and our offense has to come from defense first. That sort of a mentality, and that'll be critical for us this weekend. We got to think from a defensive mindset, and then obviously take advantage of our opportunities when they arise. So without a doubt, they're going to have the puck for sure. We just have to make sure that we're taking away options, and whoever has the puck, that we're doing a good job of angling and steering and limiting their options. We still want to go really, really hard. I think what some of the things that we'll do differently from some of the other opponents is just in terms of their defensive structure and how they play defensively. We'll try to adjust our offensive play based on that, to be able to capitalize. So those are some of the things that we'll do. But they are a team that likes to get up the ice quickly, so depending on the situation, our players are going to need to know, if they're first to the puck and we're late getting into the zone, we're going to have to sit back and trap a little and try to defend the red line as much as possible. But, our forecheck stays the same if we're in 50-50 races, or if we can get first to pucks, we're going to definitely go hard. So. It's the way that we without giving away, everybody knows. But anyhow, for me, it's more of a hybrid between a 1-2-2 and a 2-1-2. Okay. Yeah, based on what way is our F1 flushing the puck. So is it inside out? Is it outside in? And working triangularly off of each other. So that's really important. The faster that we can read off of one another, the better our forecheck is going to be. So that's things that we definitely work on in practice, making sure that we can read off of each other. And the quicker we do it, the better we are. It's all on my coach's site. If you just go to my coach's site, I revealed everything already, so it's out there. Awesome. Thank you.
I kind of wondered that sometimes.
Hi.
Where are you guys at? Dylan, you ready?
Okay. What's this first month of the season been like for you and your teammates? Not only playing these top teams, you got another number one team coming up in Wisconsin, but also the schedule. Coach just mentioned you guys really only have one day off to start the year.
Yeah, it's been good. It's, of course, like a quick turnaround from the first game. And going to Wisconsin today, it's been pretty fast, but we have such a good group here, and we had the chance to learn from the best team too, and we can be in the best team. We have a pretty good team, and we can compete against everyone. So that's pretty nice to be in this team, and yeah, I think we can compete every game, and we know what to do better for the next game. So we're pretty excited for that.
How do you balance the school and the hockey and everything?
I think we have to be organized. We don't have a lot of time to just stay still. Like we're always on the go. But I think that's what it's nice to be a college athlete, and like we're here for that. But like we have to take care of our school and be ready to go and practice too. So it's fun. Like you can't complain about it. Like it's always fun to play games, and we're always looking forward to play. So
it's kind of neat if you knock off the number one, and then Wisconsin goes to number one. Now if you knock them off, I suppose Minnesota will go to number one, and then you can knock them off. Pretty soon we'll have to look at you guys.
Yeah, I mean it's always our goal to be number one, but we have to work hard every day and just be better every day too. And we're a team that needs to work hard every game, every day, every period, and that's what we're trying to do. But yeah, we want to beat those teams, and we know we can beat them too. So.
What have you thought of personally your start to your sophomore season here?
I mean, I think like I'm happy with it, but I'm not satisfied too. Like I want to win every game, and there's some goals that I would like to review too, but I'm working every day harder than the day before, and I want to have a big impact on this team and made my team to have a chance to win. So that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm happy with it, but I know I can be better, and I want to win. So.
How much do you embrace the pressure that you get when you face these top teams? You've seen a lot of pucks these first 4 games, and you'll probably see some more this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. Like I wanna play every game, and it's a good challenge. But that's why I play hockey. I love the challenge. I want to have a big impact on my team, and like my team plays super good in front of me too. Like I have some shots, but they're not always like big opportunities. So I need to give credit to my teammate of always being there for me too. But yeah, like I like the pressure. Like I think I can play better when I have pressure too. So I'm always looking forward to play games and save some puck.
So you win the game. Would you rather make 45 saves or 10? You know what
I mean, I just want to win, so whatever it takes to win. But it's always nicer for a goalie personally to have 45 shots. But for a team, if it's 10, that means that like everyone played super good. But I think as long as we have the win, that's what it's the most important.
Is a 45 save game easier for you, or 30, 40 save instead of like a 10? Like, do you find those 10 save games tough to stay engaged in at all? Or?
Yeah, it's kind of hard, but there's some things that you can do, like getting out of your net, being aware of when a penalty is called. So there's a lot of things you can do to stay in the game. But you just have to embrace every game and see it as a different opportunities to get better, and just take the game each day as a new one. So it all depends on the game too. But
Evan, how much you like to play the puck? How important is the communication that you have with your defenders, so they know what you're doing and where you're going to go with it?
I think it's really important to play the puck, and the communication too is so important. Like, to know where your defense are and where the other team is, whether it's like a up or a D2D. It's so important, but as a goalie, you always need to take your information too, just to make the right play. But I think it keeps you in the game, but it also keeps your team like aware of what the other team is doing, and just being able to break the plays that the other team is trying to do. I think it's so important, and it gives your team confidence when you see that the goalie is always playing the puck right and making good plays.
Yeah, I kind of stumbled into this with Nina. When's the last time you got to go to a game with a ticket and sit in the stands as a fan?
A long time ago, I think. I don't even remember when, but.
So if you don't remember, I guess it's hard to answer this, but when you did do that, when you were able to sit in the stands and watch a game, can you watch it as a fan or are you watching it as a player?
As a player, I think I find myself always looking at the goalie. Like, I don't really watch the games. I'm more looking at what the goalies are doing, how they're playing the puck, how they're controlling their rebounds. But I think it's fun. Like, you just want to get better every day, and if it's watching a game. I actually remember sitting in the stand, like, at the Canada against United States. I think they played at Minnesota. So I went to see them, and Anne-Renée was playing, and just, like, taking notes from her. And it's just so important you can see other plays and just learn more about the game too.
You were able to play in the Quebec Major Junior League and come here to the NCAA. Your male teammates hadn't had that opportunity. Or have you been following it all, talking to any of them about the changes that's going to allow all CHL players, this is a bigger thing on the men's side than the women's side, but they're going to allow CHL players to come play in the NCAA?
Yeah, I didn't talk to them about it. I mean, the QMGHL are pretty young guys now. I'm getting older than them, but I think it can be really cool for them. Like, I know that the NCAA for men, the guys are coming older than the girls, and I think they can, like, have this balance of playing in the QMGHL, have a good league, and then coming to NCAA and continuing their studies and stuff. I think it can be cool, and I think it could be a really good opportunities for a lot of Quebec guys too.
Are there players you think that had interest back then when you were playing them? Like, if it was an opportunity for them, would they have wanted to? The Quebec League is probably more unique. You don't see a ton of NCAA prospects coming out of Quebec. But do you think a lot of those teammates would have liked to play in the NCAA?
I think so. I mean, I can't talk about. I don't know how to say that, but I feel like NCAA, like, the school and the level of hockey is so high, and there's so many good opportunities after too. And the QMGHL, like, it's a really good league and it's a good experience. But I know that sometimes it can be hard to choose between one of them. So if they're able to do both, I think that can be, like, super nice for them and a good way to grow, like, on the ice and off the ice as well.
What was your experience like playing those limited amount of games you were able to play in the Q?
It was so fun. Like, I still remember every moment of it, and I just had the chance to grow so much. Like, having to deal with that pressure with the media and the fans, it was hard at first, but with a step back, like, it was such a good experience, and the guys were always super nice with me. The games were really a high level of hockey, and it made me grow in a way that I can't even describe. Like, I grew up so much from that, and I would go back every time to that.
Would you like to play more games in the Q that they've been offered to you? I think you and I talked about it. You were only able to play a certain amount.
Yeah. I mean, I got invited when I was 17, so it was like my last, 18 or 19, I don't remember, but and the year after I was injured, so I couldn't go to camp. But I think I could have maybe be able to play in that league. I don't want to speak too fast, but I mean, I think I could have played there. But yeah, just those two games were so fun for me, and yeah.
Do you find that in this league, the shots from the women are not quite as vicious as the shots were in the Q?
I mean, I think it's different. I think I don't know the word for it, but Shu, are you here?
No.
She's not there? Like, how they can shoot in the right place. I don't know the word for it. But, like, maybe the strength of it is maybe, like, less, but they can really, like, shoot at the right place at the right moment. And that's what it makes women's hockey so fun to watch. Like, their skills and their IQ too is so high, and I think that's the difference between both of them.
Women are better like accuracy and placement?
Accuracy, that's the word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Western League, and, I mean, they tend to run the goalie a lot. Did they do that in the Quebec League?
Not with me. I think that my teammates were pretty, they were protecting me as the only girl in the team. So I know that they would do it on other guys, but I think on me they would protect me.
Well, in NCAA, they don't do that. Women's soccer.
I mean, they kind of do. I get pissed a lot sometimes about it, but the refs are there to sometimes to call a penalty, and my teammates are there too. But I think you can see that in both women's and boys hockey.
It's kind of a different level of athlete and goalie. It's not just, the coach is not just saying go run the goalie like they do in men's hockey.
Yeah, I didn't experience that in boys hockey to actually hit the goalie, because I think it makes a penalty for it. You can't do that. So I think boys don't want to do it too. But with women's, they're doing it too. They know that they have to put someone in front to make the goalies their job hard. So I think it's different, but you can see that in women's hockey for sure.
If it gets a little aggressive and they're bumping into you, does it just make you mad and make you play better?
Yeah, it can, and I'm not afraid to say something too. My English is better now, so I can say some things. But yeah, I think I know that when they do that, it's because they want to put me out of my game. So I know that there's a good reason for it, and I'm just trying to remind myself that that's why they're doing it and that I'm playing good. So it's a motivation for me for sure.
What do you remember about the Badgers that stuck out to you that you'll bring into this season?
I know that they're a really skilled team. They have a lot of good players, but I think that overall we have a team that can work hard together, and I know we can beat them. We did that last year, and I think we have a better team this year. So I know we can do that again. But I know that we'll all have to bring our A game and just be there for each other, play together. But we're super confident about it too.
In these first 4 games where you played in every single one of them, how have you seen your growth already early on?
I think it was hard to play two games in a row the first weekend, but I was ready for it too. And now last week, I knew what to expect, and I'm just trying to be more ready if it happens again, to play good both games and help my team win.
Do you feel like you're in more of a group when you play back-to-back, or like you said, you're not quite used to that yet because it used to be a trade-off?
It's kind of hard. I feel like you want to play every game, so I'm always ready to play. But it's always I'm still learning, and we can learn every day. Even if I play, every goalie who plays every game, you can still learn from it. So I think I can still learn, but I know what to expect now, so I know how to play better both games.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank